In this session, we'll discuss about loft feature, which is very important as far as the industrial typical products development are concerned. So what you can do by using this loft feature, let us discuss. So loft features are collective combination and joining of multiple profiles through multiple guides. That means if you have seen the sweep and extrude and revolve profiles creation method, there you involve, of course, in case of your sweep you have multiple trajectory control, but what about the multiple profile with multiple guide combinations? That is what the loft features unique approach. So let us understand through a basic example. Here you have the profile 1 as circular profile and profile 2 as your rectangular base, and you can connect and combine it. In other way, you can have multiple concept, like if you alter the profile starting point to this to that, you will get the twisting and resulting loft feature will be different. And you can fix that by modifying your starting guide and connector. So that also we'll look into, and after that we'll understand about the start and end constant rollout and its different peripheral control. Let us start with the basic example. So for understanding this, from our exercise folder, I'll be opening this particular model, and once you develop these two model, that is the sketch one is here the base and this is at the top. So let me go to the loft, and here the profile 1 I am selecting this, and profile 2 I am selecting this. Here you can see this is connected properly, and without any guide curve you can only include the profiles and you can get your final output. Let me create this by using different principle. So sketch 1, let me delete this, and I may be using this sketch again, and this particular point, if you change it wherever you want, you can see that's a sub twist is going to notice. You are going to notice this chart. And here you can see the centerline parameters. Here in case of your guide, this also you can get the control, and in case of a closed loft, if you have more than two profile, then you can close the loft also. That scenario also I'll be discussing. So this is the very basic fundamental concept which you can see within the loft, and you can get the controls. Let me take another example and understand the scenario. So here you have two rectangular profile, and when you go to the loft and you select your profile 1 and you select your profile 2, and just like that, this particular point you can map and you can control the twisting, and you can go for OK, and you can see the final output. So like this you can also preview after doing any sorts of modification, and here this is the output. So let me show this. Right click and go to edit definition, and this particular point I am altering to this side, and you can see this I am altering to this side. See, this is the starting point, so it is not possible. So this I am altering, this I am altering. Just like that, this also I can alter the base wherever. This is the starting point, this is the combination, in between also I can keep it. So just like that, if you see the example 1 which I have taken, here also multiple combination you can do. This is the profile 1 and this is my profile 2, and here you can see this particular profile I can connect here. Just like that, I can start doing changing to this or maybe this, and based on that you can get the your control. So wherever you move it, accordingly the adjoining surfaces will be connected there. Start and end constraint, if you see here, you can see the start and end constraint option where you can have the profile control like this, the normal to profile, or you can have the tangency control. So for understanding this, again I will be opening this model and I will be going through this loft. This is my starting profile and this is my next profile. So how to do the controls? Here you can see the merge tangent phase. If you have here, it is not applicable. And if you see the start and end constant here, the start constant direction vector, so which direction vector you are going to apply, that you can select, or you can go to normal to profile. Here we don't have direction vector, and this also normal to profile. You can see the output, and here you can give, let us say 45, the 45 rotations you can get here, just like that, 45 here. So this is the resulting output which you can see, the preview. Again I will go to edit and I will make it 10 degrees, and this also I will make it 10 degrees, and you can see your control at the starting point, normal to profile. And direction you can also give if you have the vector guides, and here you can see the reverse the tangential direction, just like that. Here also you can reverse the tangential direction, and you can apply to all, and in this way you can control your starting and ending direction vectors. So these are the different cases which you can see inside the normal start to end control rollout, and here you can see this highlight, and as per your requirement you can control this. Next we'll look into the multiple sections by selecting the points and the reference and how to control this. So here you can see section selection points and sequence of selection to create the loft feature. This is the first, this is the second, which point you are selecting, and this is the third. So let me show this. So from our exercise folder you can open this. So after opening, you just concentrate on the point first. So when this will get connected, this will be second and this will be third. So when you create this and go to start and end, here you can go for the normal to profile. Here you can go for the default option. So normal to profile option, because here you have the more or less this in the same plane and this is just elevated, so it is not able to manage this normal to profile, so it is not producing any result. So what I will go, I will just update to 0 and I will check it. You can see it, this is possible to control through the normal, but with the angular control maybe little bit angle you can give. So still it is not producing, so you can try with the 0. So this is the loft by taking this 3 profile and creating this. So you can create a phone shape object, the receiver, by using this loft command, the point combination first, second, third, and giving the normal to profile control. So in this way you can control this. Tangent applied to the start section and tangent applied to the end section also you can apply. So here you can see the start constant, whatever the options you have. So here you don't have any centerline parameters till now, so these all options you can try with, and you can flip even. and go for OK. So these are the different controls which you can do within your loft. Next we'll discuss about the profile and the guide curves. Here if you notice, the guide curves are there, so and profiles are also there. So by combining this you can generate this output. So let me show you how you can create this. So if you take this particular example and try to create this figure by taking 4 different guide vectors and 3 different curves. So I'll be starting with the profile 1. There is the profile 1, profile 2, and this is my profile 3. So just I will discard it. Profile 1, you can see this is selected. Profile 2, this selected, and profile 3, this selected. Next I'll go to the guide curves and you can update these guide curves one by one. This. So what I will do is I will just reverse the scenario so that clearly you don't get any confusion. These are the 4 guide curves, and then I will be starting with my profile selection 1, 2, and 3. This will be the best way where you can control both the profile and guide in sequential order. So here you can see the guide curve to next sharp, to next edge, and the to next guide. The default options it will create the sketch 7 tangency, normal to profile, normal to the vector if you have the vector. So I'm going for none and I'm controlling. So here you can see the merge tangent face if you are going to merge just like the sweep, and you can go for the update, and this will be the final output where you can see you have included 3 different profiles and 4 different guide curves. So these are the quick controls which you can use, and just like that you can have the center line parameters and you can have the profile. So center line with profile 1 and 2, you can also create the loft profile. So for understanding this, from our exercise folder we'll be opening this. So I'll go to the loft, and here you can see the center line profile. So this will be my center line profile, and this will be my profile 1 and 2, and you will be able to generate this as our output. And here you can control the number of sections which you need. More sections if you go for, it will produce more smoothing result. And now you can go to the wireframe and you can see your final output. I'll again share it. Next we'll understand about the close option which I promised. So if you have this sorts of scenario, a loft feature which you are going to create with the close checkbox cleared, you have not selected, and here you are going to close it, so you can use this. So for understanding this, we'll be opening the exercise file which we'll be taking. So this is the simple case where you can find you are having 4 different profiles and you don't have any center line requirement here. So what I will do is I'll just delete this and I will come to this. So go to the loft, select the 1, 2, 3 and 4. So here you can see the close loft option will be shown here. So once you go to the close loft and go for OK. So here I have to check it. So this it is producing, right? So I have to check it why this is not closing. So maybe, okay, because of this guide curve. So if you just align it and you try closing, then it will close it. If you move above, it is failing. If you move above, it is not possible. This is the case. You can try with different locations. So where this particular feature can be created and that can be closed. So you have to clearly control it. And next we'll look into the thin loft feature, which is very simple, the same way, but just you have to add the thin options which you have to use. So this is nothing new. So you have to add by selecting your sketches, whatever the multiple sketches you have, but at the end you have to just go to the thin features and you can control the thickness and you can get this so that this will be hollow. The same example you can take which we took before, and only changes which you have done is the constant normal to profile. Here you can see the start tangent length is 2 and here the normal to profile length is 2. So normal to profile, and you can give the length here. If you give more length and if you lower this, the profile will be of the different shape. So this control you can do directly. So adding a section to a loft feature also is allowed here. So you can move the plane also and you can rotate the plane as well, and section added to the loft feature you can see here. So you can edit the loft section at any point of time. So let me show you this particular scenario. So for understanding, from your exercise folder you can open this particular profile. So I will show you how you can add loft sections. So right click over the loft and go to here add loft section. So once you do this, here you can see this particular section can be adjusted over the particular plane, and also you can rotate this in the particular direction, and also you can double click this to edit this. After editing you can go for OK, and now let me delete this. So these are the sections. So what I will do is this particular section which is there, so let us keep it here, and now you can go to the feature loft 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now you can update the information, and just like that you can go to add loft section and you can control it. Maybe you can move to the required location and you can go for OK. So you can move and rotate and you can update your loft section by using this principle. Next we will look into the lofted curves, and then we'll move to 3D sketches. So lofted cut also in the same way we can use just to cut. So you need to have your original geometry, and after that you can cut by using the lofted operation. So maybe lofted cut, you can take this small example. And you can have your guide curve. Or you have to go for another sketch here. And you go to the rapid sketch, so that easily I can create over this. Just you position this and go for escape. So you can go for the line between this to this, and you can go to power trim, and you can remove this. I'll just update this, maybe with the different profiles. So you can go to the loft cut. These are my profile number 1 and profile number 2 and guide curve, or you can go for the centerline parameter as this, and you can go for OK. So in this way you can directly cut with different profiles inside the loft. So loft is just like your sweep. All the cut operations are very same. So in our coming session I will be discussing about the creating 3D sketch and its different principle.